this process. It's not comfortable. In fact, it often feels like a psychological death. Everything you thought made you lovable, useful, wanted, begins to crumble. That curated self, the pleasing persona, the emotional labor you perform to make others feel more secure, it all begins to rot, and you're left with something raw, something exposed. But that's the exact moment where transformation begins. You are being forced by some internal compulsion to confront what's real, not what's popular, not what's expected, what's real. And that reality is often ugly at first, because it means facing all the parts of yourself that you denied in order to survive. You begin to realize that much of what you called connection was actually a form of mutual delusion, a contract of unconscious codependence. I'll play small if you'll stay close. I'll ignore my needs if you promise not to leave. And you see how these unspoken deals robbed you of your truth, your clarity, your sovereignty. You know, we have this cultural obsession with being chosen, as if someone else's desire is the ultimate confirmation of our value. But that's a trap. Because if you believe you are only worthy when someone else sees you, then you'll bend, shrink, perform, and betray yourself endlessly just to keep the spotlight. But when a woman starts to awaken, she breaks that contract. She stops auditioning for love. She stops compromising in order to belong. And that's when the real pain sets in. Not because she's doing something wrong, but because she's finally doing something real. She starts saying no, not with anger, but with certainty. She stops chasing attention because she realizes that most attention is cheap, a counterfeit currency that buys temporary comfort but never truth. She starts asking different questions, not, do they want me? Do I trust myself in their presence? Not, what can I offer them? But does this connection honor the person I'm becoming? And you'll notice, once you begin asking those kinds of questions, many people will leave. Not because you failed, but because you've changed the rules of engagement. You're no longer playing the game of emotional barter. You're not selling your time, your body, your energy for scraps of love. You're holding out for something rooted, something sacred. But here's the paradox.